I'm Susie Vance from Creating from the Heart, the Artistry of Living. And today I'm here with Carmen Vincent. She's a passionate videographer.
I am.
So Carmen, how did you get into this?
Yeah, so
whatever happened?
Sure. I feel like I've always had the storytelling bug. I would write short stories and books when I was growing up, and when I was transitioning to college, I felt like I had to make that more of a marketable skill.
So you could earn a living?
Exactly. So I could eat, not starve.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. So I ended up majoring in digital media, where I learned video editing, videography, and filmmaking. So now I have my own videography and video editing business, and I do filmmaking on the side, whenever I can, because that's not as much of a fruitful pursuit fiscally at the moment, but we'll get there. But both have just been incredibly wild rides so far, and I really feel like I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing.
I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
It's just fabulous, because you have a way of really digging into people.
Thank you.
And you know what's going on with them.
Yeah, I do. I've always been a listener. I grew up as a pastor's daughter, so in the church, I felt like it was my job to listen to other people's stories and make sure they're okay, and I just always felt more comfortable listening than being the one talking. So
and so now you're filming, which means you get to have a close look.
Exactly. And it's crazy. All of the films I've done, I feel like I've become almost family with the people I make films about. I mean, how can you not?
Well, the film that I love the most is Teacher of Patience.
Thank you.
Because to have a child that is as challenged as the child in that video really does, you're either patient or in many cases you're out of there. And what a gift those parents give that child.
Yeah, and vice versa. I mean, the parents talk about how patience is a lesson they learned from Emily.
Right.
So I think it's such a mutually beneficial relationship, but it comes with its own unique challenges that people who don't love someone with a disability wouldn't be aware about. So that's why we make the film.
And those are such interesting challenges, because it seems to me that right now in this day and time, everybody has a challenge, and some have more challenges than others. Some have physical challenges, some have emotional challenges, but I don't really think there's a person on the planet who hasn't experienced a challenge sometime or other in their lives.
Yeah, and if it's not disability, like you said, it could be mental health or just, general life struggles, you know? And there's data out there from the CDC that 1 in 4 people have a disability, and that doesn't mean you're born with the disability. I mean, you could get one as you get older. Disabilities come in so many shapes and sizes and forms that to just be aware of what that can mean to someone and how to treat them with dignity and respect, I'm really passionate about that.
It's interesting. I was at Toastmasters the other night, and a woman was making a great presentation about the wonder of the world, and she was talking about how for so long she had been sort of pulled back and ashamed, and or just didn't feel like she could reach out, and she'd walk into a grocery store and see a friend, but she wasn't dressed right, she didn't have all that thing, so she would pull back, and lo and behold, what she found by listening, by asking questions, was that things were different than she thought. And that is such a gift, to be curious about other people, no matter who they are.
Absolutely.
Because they can all, in one way or another, share with you who they are.
Right. And truth is stranger than fiction. I think there are so many, people will surprise you. We think we know what these labels that we put on ourselves and each other mean, and we really don't.
The DSM?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started.
Why do you have to have a label? Why don't...
Right.
People should just be curious.
Yeah, absolutely. And as someone with a disability myself, a label can be freeing in a sense that it gives you information about yourself, but also limiting in the sense that you feel like this is the box I have to be in. That's me. That's it. I can't branch out of that. So I think, you know, finding that middle ground of acknowledging the labels, but also acknowledging that there's way more to you than just those.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that, in fact, as I like to say, you are a gift to the world.
Oh, I love that.
Everybody has a gift to share.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I started this series is because I wanted people who are watching to understand, A, that they are a gift to the world, and B, yeah, they may be watching somebody who is doing something different, even than they would ever imagine themselves doing.
Yeah.
But it still lights their fire
about
curiosity about what they could do.
Absolutely. And I think there's a misconception that you have to, when you follow your dreams, you have to make it a full-time thing. I don't think you do. I think you fill your cup however that cup gets filled. It doesn't have to be what sustains you financially, you know.
You know what, I listened to a woman. Do you know who Elizabeth Gilbert is?
I do.
Okay. Well, she wrote a great book, Eat, Play, Love. And then she wrote another fabulous book called Big Magic. And she just always asks people, what is it that is passionate about your life? What is it that's the most exciting thing that's going on in your life right now?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's so fabulous. I just love it. And everybody has a gift.
They do, and sometimes it can take a while to uncover that gift, but it's there somewhere, and I think that hope can, you know, keep you going.
And if you get out there and do a lot of different things, you'll find it.
I know. It's kind of, it sucks that you have to get outside your comfort zone to find your true potential, but it's so true. You have to be scared, and I have been scared much of the past 5 years. You have to be scared.
And one of the ways to find it, I've found, is to volunteer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because those are safer places sometimes than taking the risk to jump at a job or something.
Right.
But yeah,
for sure.
Well, it's lovely talking to you, and you have a video service.
Thank you, yeah.
And you do editing?
Yeah, I do editing, lots of video production for, you know, podcasts, but also like marketing videos, nonprofit videos, yeah.
And you do your own thing.
And I do my own thing as well.
Great. So where would someone find you if they were looking for you?
Sure. So I have a website, carmenvincent.com, and if you are interested in my latest film, you can find that at teacherofpatience.com.
And that is a wonderful film, so check it out.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing with us today. We'll see you next time.